Greetings. I'm co-pastor Susie Owens, and I have the awesome opportunity to chat with you this week about that exciting series, HawthoRne, and what exciting episodes we've been having. But this week's scenario, it was off the chain. Wow, I thought it was good, but this week it was better than good. Once again, there are a number of themes that are presented to us, and we can dialogue about each of them this week. What about the theme of finding ways to help? You know, Christina, she's going to find a way to maneuver around challenging barriers. She struggles to help that couple who needed an English translator. They didn't speak English, and the woman needed surgery, but Christina found a way to help them. What about the theme of honoring your religious convictions and being true to what you believe? Although that wife needed surgery immediately, that husband wouldn't budge until he was given the opportunity to have a ritual that he believed in that continued and certainly had prayer at its heart. What about the former doctor of James River who returns to the hospital, a familiar place to die? Several themes were presented in his scenario and his character. The theme of cleansing one's conscience, the theme of forgiveness, that's a good one, and the theme of confronting issues before it's too late. We're all wrapped up in his storyline. Gail tries to soothe some of his pain and become the instrument through which he can funnel his last thoughts and even in some ways forgive himself for not being there for his family. Bobby gets involved because she thinks the family should be there. And the one son, she does all she can to find him, and she does. But when he enters the father's room, the bitterness, the resentment, the hurt, and the pain take over. And what should have been a sweet, harmonious ending to a life was bitter, ugly, and he walks out. Bobby follows him and talks with him, convinces him to come back, but guess what? Just a little too late. Christina herself is faced with several relatable themes. What about the theme of managing stress and panic? We saw that in her story this week. What about setting priorities? Once again, she's going to have a problem with that. What about establishing balance in your life and really discovering what's important at this particular season or junction in your life? What about dealing with reality? And what about denial? Christina has to face all of these. Then there's an added twist. Candy is pregnant. Wow, is she a victim of sexual war, exploitation? Has she been exploited? All that remains to be seen. What we do know with this week's episode is she decides to keep the baby. Way to go, Candy. But it ends with a cliffhanger. Marcus and Camille, on the other hand, have made an improper choice. They are involved in sexual relationship. But Christina walks in and finds them in a compromising position. Well, this is going to be quite something to chat about. You got to find ways to help others. You got to be true to your convictions. You have to deal with regrets, and you have to move and cleanse yourself before the time has transpired. You got to find ways to bring balance to your life, and don't panic. Things will work themselves out. It is my prayer for those of you who are watching that you be blessed beyond measure and that you constantly find ways to live a full, balanced, harmonious, and God-centered life. Until next time, be blessed.